Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Leon Himes. Sister Pat over here. Thank you for having us here. We all appreciate you inviting us here tonight, and we'd like to thank all of you, in fact, for allowing us to come inside your home, because this is your home, this is your place. And before I even actually open up, I would just like to say a quick prayer, if that's possible. Does anybody have a Bible around?
No.
All right. Because I was about to say one of my favorite songs, but since you found the Bible.
I have a Bible. Oh, sister.
Okay.
Pastor in the house. She don't leave without it.
Again, like I said, we just like to thank you for allowing us to come here. Give me 1 second, please. You know what? I'll fumble through it. I'm going to just say one of my favorite songs. This is Psalms 24. For all those who know, you can actually follow along. I ask that we all bow our heads, please, in reverence for the Most High. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he has founded upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hills of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He who is clean in hands and is pure in heart, he who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, he shall receive the blessings from the Lord, the Most High God, and the righteousness of the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek the face of Jacob. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and ye everlasting doors be lifted up, and his King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong, mighty in battle. The Lord strong, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and these everlasting doors be lifted up, and his King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord, the Most High God himself. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. And again, I cannot stop saying enough how appreciative we are to have us all here today. Again, my name is Leon Hines. Formally, but informally, I would like to be called Maurice. I would appreciate it. I feel a lot more comfortable with it. And I myself have spent 17 years in prison, as Mr. Duncan said. I got out of prison 90 days before my 33rd birthday. And I've been home now this month, December 20th, made 2 years that I've been home. And it's a wonderful feeling. I'll be 35 in March.
All right now.
The brothers and sisters that you see around you, starting with the brother over here, Mr. Ronell Combs. He has spent 13 years or more in prison. The other brother that's holding the camera right here, by the name of Jamel Simon, he spent almost 10 years in prison. And all together, I can actually say, without singling everybody out, we have over 100 years in prison put together, and no one here is older than 35 years old. None of us are older than 35 years old. To my left is a brother by the name of Joaquin Millen, who's also spent 17 years in prison. A sister right here by the name of Anisha Bonner, she spent a couple years as well in prison. Brother also to my left, Anthony Spruill, he spent close to 10 years in prison. There's another brother that just walked in. I just saw him. Oh, he's coming back in right now. I'll wait till he come in and introduce him. This brother walking through the door right now by the name of John Ball. He spent a decade and a half, 15 years in prison. And each and every last one of us went to prison when we were 13, 14, and 15 years old. As juveniles, as children, as kids. We were plagued with the same type of issues that the youth from today are actually plagued with. The only difference is that, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat it or anything, but it's a reality and it's the truth, and that's what we deal with as the elite. and I'll explain the acronym to you in a second, is that when we were growing up, we did a lot of things, negative, destructive things, crushed our communities completely. We know this, we understand this. Back then, we could not think to the capacity in which we do now. And at the time, in my opinion, in my belief, is that God took us out of our communities from destroying it and put us away and hid us, basically under a rock, and said, I'm going to bring y'all out when y'all ready, not when you are ready, but when I'm ready. That's my own belief and my personal opinion. And the youth from today, the youth back then, which was us, had a lot of respect for our elders. We had a great deal of respect for our elders. And the reason why I know this to be true is because now at almost 35 years old, when we look around and we hear a child or a young adolescent, a teen curse in front of elders, the first thing we do is we look at them. So now, we exemplified certain behaviors back then that was atrocious. Don't get me wrong, atrocious, because I'm quite sure you know with the amount of numbers that I'm sitting here and speaking and telling you about, you know that we weren't church-going kids. And that's a reality. It's the truth. It's a harsh truth, but it's a reality. And we're willing to accept the reality. We're willing to accept the damage that we've done back then, which is one of the reasons why the children of today are doing a lot of the things that they're doing today. So now, what are we here for? We're here to correct the abuse. That's what we're here for. Abuse that we've caused, abuse that some of the elders have caused, because I can sit here and blame my father and mother all day. They would have blamed back then, but not now. We have no excuses at this point of our lives where we at. And as the elite, as Duncan explained to you, the acronym stands for encouraging lifestyle interventions through experiences.
Come on now.
So therefore, that basically means,
All right.
that basically means that it is through our trials and tribulations and the lifestyles that we lived back then, all the way up until now, it's up to us to actually reach out back into our community and encourage the youth as well as the elders, because some of the elders need encouraging too.
Oh, yeah.
Encourage us all as a people, right, to do the right things, and we're intervening. That's what our intervention is, to come in between and bridge the gap between the elders and the youth and stop the youth from doing the things that they used to do, that we did when we was younger. We have to crush that. We have to crush all negative ideologies and perceptions. Every last one of them. So, with me saying that, I want to introduce the next one of my brothers and sisters that I'm about to call up. A good brother of mine that I actually knew before I even went to juvenile detention. Him and I knew each other before we hit our teens. This is a wonderful brother. I love this brother to death. And him and I were together inside for about 2 years, and then we split up and hadn't seen each other until this year. 2 months ago. So we were separated for about at least a good 18 years. And I'd like to bring on my good brother, Joaquin Miller.
Can you hear me? Yeah. It's fine. I got a sore voice, so sometimes my voice won't carry. I would like to read our mission statement to y'all. The Elite is an organization that is dedicated to the growth and